Hey, Mike, you know what? We're going to see something that we don't get to see very often here on the channel.
What's that, John?
We're going to see an NYPD officer get down.
Woo.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's research-informed defensive lesson here at Active Self-Protection. Today, a badge cam lesson. I'm your host, John Correa.
I'm your co-host, Mike Willover. Today's video comes to us specifically from the Bronx, New York.
MagTech is the only freedom seed I use on the range. I personally have over 100,000 rounds downrange of MagTech, and it's unbelievably reliable, very accurate, and a great value. Pick some up for your next range trip wherever you shop for range supplies.
Officers have been called here and are coming up into this apartment building because of a call of a man who is threatening his family members with a knife. And so these officers are going to kind of make a plan as they go in. They're going to make immediate contact with him. We have audio from their badge cams. Let's listen in and hear what happens.
What's going on?
Danny, what are you doing? It's already
Put the
open.
knife down.
Shut the door.
Come out.
Put the knife
Can
down.
you step out?
Shut the door.
Put the knife down.
Shut the fucking
Lady,
Can you
door.
step out?
Come out. Come over here.
Step.
Man, come over. Come over.
Hey!
Get out.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out.
What's your fucking
Get out.
concept? Now!
I will.
Put it down now!
I will. I will.
Swear to God, I'll fucking kill him.
I will. I will.
Throat.
Please don't kill me. Please don't.
It's open, it's open, it's open.
Just stand over your
Hey,
head.
let go. Let go. Drop the knife.
If you
Drop the
don't
knife.
shoot me, I'll kill you.
I don't have a gun.
No, shoot
Drop the
me
knife.
right now.
Drop
Shoot
the
me
knife.
right now.
Just let it go.
If you don't do
Drop the
it,
knife.
she's dead. If you don't
Drop
do
the
it, she's
knife.
dead. Don't shoot her.
Drop it.
Shoot me.
Drop it.
Motherfucking snake.
Drop it.
Fuck you and
Drop
your
it.
mother. Fuck
Drop
you
it.
and your mother. Fuck you. Shoot me. Shoot me. If you don't shoot me, she's dead. If you don't
Drop
shoot
the
me,
knife.
I swear to God,
Drop it.
I swear to God,
Danny,
I'm
just drop
killing you.
it.
Stick.
Just drop it.
I
Just
swear
drop
to God,
Just drop it.
you,
Drop it,
if you
please.
don't shoot me, now you are
Danny,
dead.
we don't have to go that route. We don't have to go that route.
Shut up.
We
Shut
don't have to
up.
go that route.
Shut up.
We don't have to
Shut
go that
up.
route.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Boss.
You understand
Boss,
me?
you.
If you don't
Danny.
dead.
Danny, it's not worth
Dead.
it. It's not worth it.
Dead.
It's
You're
not worth
dead
it.
too.
It's not that. It's
I
not worth
swear
it.
to God.
It's not
I
worth it.
swear to God.
It's not worth
I
it.
swear to God.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Shoot.
No, it's not worth it.
Shoot. Now. Shoot.
All right.
Now.
Danny, enough. Danny, don't do it. Don't do it.
One.
Danny,
Two.
don't do it.
I'm gonna count again.
Danny, don't do
This
it.
is the serious part.
Don't do it.
Listen to me. You don't hurt. You don't hurt.
He
Here.
has a knife to
I
her neck.
want to see it
He has a knife to her
I
neck.
want to see it in my forehead.
I'm sorry.
If
No,
you
it's not
don't do it
worth
in
it.
my forehead,
Danny,
I swear to God,
Danny.
do it,
it's
motherfucker.
not worth it.
Do it.
It's not worth it. Move forward. Danny,
You're a
I'm going. That's
pussy.
enough to throw.
Spick.
Just
You're
have
a
you to
pussy
me up.
spick. When it's right, nigga. When it's right.
That is where NYPD ended the badge cam release. Believe it or not, our perp lived through this. If you go read the news stories I've linked in the descriptions, he lived through that, which is amazing given how fast he dropped. He is good enough, his health is okay enough that he is facing a host of charges here. Hey, listen, we do give NYPD a bit of a hard time, but the ones we've given them a hard time on, frankly, they've earned them. And this one, though, he got after it, so, you know, thumbs up. Mike, when you listen real close to these guys in the beginning as they come into this situation, if you go listen to the original, they're formulating a plan talking about we want to get the guy out of here. We want to get the other family members out and deal with him individually and maintain our distance. And having the time in the elevator to do that, I think is a really good plan.
Absolutely. These guys, you know, they're probably beat partners. They've been partners for a while. So they've kind of figured out who's who in the zoo, you know, police relationship wise. And, you know, they know their own strengths and each other's strengths and weaknesses. And so the idea of having a moment to be like, if this happens, if this, then what? You know, what are we going to do? What are we going to try to do when the door opens? What if the door doesn't open? All that stuff to be talked out in advance is so critically important, John. These guys have obviously been partners for a while. Had a lot of not so great NYPD videos in the not too recent past, so I'm glad to see a more positive one come our way.
Yeah, and I do like that they're trying to get the guy out of here. Hey, sir, back up. And I get it. He doesn't want to leave his wife and his son in there. Apparently, if you go read the news story, he actually didn't live in this home. That's his ex-wife, and his son is there, and complicated family dynamic here. And so now we have a hostage situation with a knife. So getting our guy out of there, I think is incredibly important. They did that. And now our officer here who has the taser out, I really like that we have an officer who is on lethal cover, but frankly, a hostage situation is not a time for a taser. So I would strongly recommend here instead that you be the officer, put the gun away and be the negotiator, be the person who is on communication. They did that well. He's a sergeant here who's not on our badge cam. A police officer Pacheco's camera, he is an officer. The other one is a sergeant. But put that taser away and talk to the guy, I think.
Yeah, agreed. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it isn't always a great idea, right? When you're facing a lethal threat, isn't always a good idea to have to be empty-handed like that. We talked about this in the recent past in our most recent badge cams. This is I think an opportunity for him to go. First of all, the taser's not appropriate. It's absolutely the wrong thing to have out at this point. There's no reason for it to be out at all. I mean, you put the taser away. If you want to have your gun out, fine. Have it down at low ready or by your side or whatever, or just keep your hands empty and just talk to this guy. Just maybe the sight of your empty hands will have him let his guard down a little bit, and maybe we can talk our way out of this. Maybe he will de-escalate. Maybe he will take an off-ramp that he's given, but it didn't seem to me like that was very likely at any point during this entire thing, John.
I completely agree. I don't think it was very likely. In fact, I think it's highly unlikely. I will say as well, if you are thinking, if your partner is like, hey man, put that away and you be on comms, that means you have to be the one who is absolutely rock solid competent with your handgun skills to protect not only yourself, but the innocent victims and your partner. So you want to be the one who is good enough to inspire that confidence that they know that they can trust you. And if you're not good enough to do that, it's on you to gain the skills to do that, because otherwise you're looking around going, hey, can we get a copier cop around here? Can we get a cop with more cop skills? Can we get somebody here who is good with their handgun? No, it's you, friend. You got to be the one to do it. And really the rest of our lessons here are on our officer who decides in this moment, okay, I got to shoot this guy because he presents a threat of death to an innocent hostage. And I want to say the distance here, remember the fisheye lens effect from badge cams is real, right? They have a wide angle lens, so it looks farther away than it is. My estimation of the distance here based on other factors in the room is somewhere 10 to 12 feet. So they're not very far apart. You're talking 3 to 4 yards here. That said, anybody who says this is an easy shot, I want to see video of you on camera with a dot torture. And if you're like, well, what's dot torture? Then don't at me about your shooting skills and hitting small targets, because I'm going to almost guarantee you that you can't if you haven't heard of that drill in the last 15 years. And I'd also like here, Mike, that he's not talking. He is doing his job and letting his sergeant talk.
The importance of being quiet cannot be overemphasized in a number of situations in law enforcement. It pertains to the interview room. If I have a good rapport going with a suspect and he and I are communicating, he's talking, hey, I don't need you to jump in and piss this guy off and ruin it for me. Same thing in a situation like this. The other officer, the sergeant, has good, effective communication. He's doing his best. There's nothing I'm going to say that's going to be any different significantly from what he's saying that's going to make a difference in the situation. Like, I'm not going to be super duper de-escalator guy or whatever. Clearly this guy's not going to be de-escalated, almost certainly. So I'm going to let him talk, and I'm going to pay attention to the important thing for me to pay attention to, which is, my front sight or my dot. Now, I did notice he had a dot in the situation, John, and I don't know that every department who authorizes or trains with dots on their pistols talks about dot offset, but maybe you could just go over that really quick for the folks at home to know that it's a concept to consider in a situation like this.
Yeah, remember if you're running a pistol-mounted optic that at short distances, right, inside about 3 or 4 yards, you're going to have probably an inch of dot offset. And that means your point of impact is going to be about an inch below your point of aim. Now that depends. If you're using an optic that has like multiple reticles, it kind of depends on your reticle and those things. You got to practice that stuff though. I can tell you on my optic at 3 to 4 yards, I will hit about an inch low, but I use a circle instead of just a dot. And therefore I actually have a hash mark for where I'm going to hit at those short distances. And that's a very helpful thing to know. You got to know that stuff. Now, is an inch going to make the end of the world difference if the rest of your work is done okay? No, but it's not going to make no difference. The other thing I want to say here is that he has to make this hit on a moving target under time pressure. I'm going to move it forward in just a second here. And when I do, I slowed it way down. But in under 3 seconds, he makes a hit that is a fight-stopping hit. So it's not just being able to make the hit when you've got all day and no pressure. It's pressure because if he misses low left, he kills a hostage. And instead, he gets a fight-stopping hit. Now, I do want to say, it appears to me he didn't hit the ocular cavity, because if this guy survived a shot through an eyeball and into his cranium, that would be literally miraculous. That would be almost unbelievable. So I don't know exactly where he was hit, but he did enough on that day. And I just can't say enough. Starting with these small target problems and being able to do that under time pressure is impressive marksmanship. And I think that Officer Pacheco deserves credit for that, Mike.
If you're out there harumphing about, I could have made that shot, I could have made that shot right off the bat and blah, 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 blah. Listen, maybe. But what you're not taking into consideration is there is a live human hostage that you desperately do not want to hit. That's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of anxiety in that moment of truth. Pair that with however much confidence and competence you have with your shooting ability, with your marksmanship, how calm you can keep yourself in a situation like this, your combat breathing. There's a lot, and I mean a lot of moving parts. I know because I've been in similar, not dissimilar situations myself, and it's not like anything you're going to be able to replicate on the range. It's a whole series of things that have to come in to play just so. And your competency and your confidence in your abilities and your equipment to make that shot and make it confidently, because if you are off by an inch or two, potentially, you just now killed an innocent third party, and that's going to be a bad day, no matter how the department or the DA comes down at the end of the day about, oh, well, it was an accident or whatever. You got to live with that. So that shot is insanely difficult on levels it's difficult for me to articulate. And I think for him to have made it, to stay calm and stay quiet the way he did, shows me this guy's a real professional.
He really is. I will say this, it's not as hard as sometimes we make it out to be if you just know how to do it. The day after this posts on YouTube, so a week after it posts, a week and a day after it posts in the ASP Unlimited app, I'm going to be leading a class on this at the ASP National Conference about hitting 2-inch targets out to 15, 20, 25 yards, and we'll use time pressure out to 10 yards. And so it's possible, and it's not like it's huge rocket science. You just got to have the practice in. You got to understand what it's doing. You got to know how to read your sights and how to manage your trigger and how to manage your internal process to do it well. And we're working on that at the ASP National Conference. So by the time this posts, it's too late to join us this year. Join us next. Fight-stopping hit, man. And I got to be honest, I think the last lesson here is I don't care that the guy did make it. I actually like that he did. I mean, preserving life is good. And I know some people are going to be like, oh man, that's not a fight-ending hit. It was a fight-ending hit. And if it's a psychological stop or some other incapacitation that the guy lived through, hey, so much the better. Our intent is to stop the threat. Did this hit stop the threat? It absolutely stopped the threat. And therefore, then he was able to get that threat ended so that mom is safe. And I commend him for that, even though, Mike, I think, this ends it for the police interaction, but the trauma here is just beginning.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be invited back for Thanksgiving. That's for sure. This family is at the worst point of its entire life now. I just don't know how you fix something like that. These officers now have to deal with the fact they went through this traumatic incident as well. Fortunately for them, the suspect didn't die, so there's not that weight on their shoulders At the end of the day, John, I think these guys were true professionals from start to finish. We saw that from all the way from their conversation in the elevator and their preparation and their clear confidence and competence in their abilities and their skills and their equipment. And we saw it right up to the point where the NYPD, for whatever reason, cut the video off 0.3 seconds after the shot was fired. But that's for NYPD to figure out. At the end of the day, if I had the situation going on in my home, God forbid, these are the kind of cops I would want coming to my house and covering everyone's ass.